Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. I've had a lot of videos going up, even though because I had pre-filmed, and well, I actually had some days off because it's been a nightmare. But we're gonna play Guess the Palette. I've definitely grabbed an older palette. I don't know if this would be considered fall, but I would consider it fall. You know what I mean? So I have to assume others would. This definitely is not like a in your face fall thing. You know what I mean? It could very well be any type of season technically, but we're going to go with it as being an October palette just because I think it is. And well, I'm doing the look, so But we're going to start with the mauve color from the palette. I will swatch the shades on my hand so it helps give a little bit of clue to what this palette could be. But I do like the look. It came out really nice, actually. I wasn't planning. To be fair, this brand hasn't been at the top of my list lately. But I will say that it did turn out nice. The look did. But it is one of their older palettes, so. But at the same time, you would think because it is so old, like the quality wouldn't be there. But it is. So we're just going to run that shade right up along into the crease. So how have you all been? I hope better than me. I was having a mental breakdown. I seriously, I just lost it, y'all. I'm not kidding. The other day, I lost it. So, as maybe most do, I take care of the bills. I pay the bills, I make sure they stay within line and this and that because I stayed home. We're going to take that same shade and go under the lower lash line. So I pretty much know every bill, due date, everything by the back of my hand. Now most of the bills also are sent through email. Nobody ever sends bills out anymore. It's crazy to me. But you would think when a bill starts to exceed a certain amount, you check, you would think that they would know. You know what I mean? Especially when it's 5 times the normal amount. Okay? You would think that they would check on it. What bill might you be asking I'm talking about? Well, that would be my water bill, you all. My water bill. Needless to say, I am trying to get this taken care of, but I may not be buying makeup all next year because I have never seen a water bill. I'm like, what? So somehow I had a leak, and I was so hoping it was on their side. Well, they do have a leak on their side too, but it's not their side. I guess it's mine. But tell me how a toilet running could cost. Are y'all sitting for this? Seriously. Because when I went to pay the bill, I was expecting it to, be something. As usual. And to go and pay it. And when I seen that number, I was like, say what? Did I not pay last month's bill and the month before that? And the month before that? What is going on, Did I do a fundraiser and wash cars? What did I do? Nope. Oh, yeah. That didn't happen. Apparently I had a small leak anyway, so my bill, $1,500. 1500.00 US dollars. Oh. And here's the kicker, and it is kind of my fault, I agree, but it kind of isn't. We're going to go into a dark brown shade now. And I say this is in because I waited till the last day to pay the bill because I know when the last days are, right? And I waited and then I seen the bill. So that means that this leakage that is on this bill will be on next month's bill too. Because I didn't see it as soon as it got sent out because, it was an email, number one, and yes, I seen that I got an email, but I didn't open it, and it's not like it just says the number right on the, front of the email. But yeah, so I'm dealing with that now. And that particular bill didn't even have like the full month of leakage, because apparently it started leaking in the middle of that bill. So this bill will have the full month of leakage almost. And I'm like, okay, but how? Because like it was such a small leak, okay? And here's the funnier thing though, it all coincides also with the water company doing work outside our house. So I find it odd that this teeny tiny leak apparently has caused this much. And like where we live, our sewer bill is connected to our water bill. So if our water bill goes up, our sewer bill goes up. And yeah, I don't even want to talk about that one either, because I'm just like, oh my, I don't even want to know. But I just don't understand how, like, the water company was explaining, like, they can see it in 15-minute intervals or something. And it's like, well, if you know, like, if you can do that, wouldn't you have some kind of alarm? Because I do live in the city, don't get me wrong, right? But where I live, there's a lot of royal area. And it's like, what if they got a busted line? Like, they would never know until they got their water bill. And it's like, to me, you would think they'd have some sort of thing where it's like, if it at least doubled, maybe tripled even, the water bill, that it like sets an alert or something like, hey, you might want to check, blah, blah, blah. You would think. But no, they don't. I'm hoping that they'll give me some sort of grace, or it's going to be one hell of a payment plan. And then I don't even want to think about next month's bill, because it's going to be higher probably. And it's like, I don't even know. So that is why I had a mental breakdown. I was just like, you have got to be kidding me. And then it's just like, when one thing happens, everything has to happen too. So it wasn't just that, there's other things. And then the month of October is a good month, but it's also kind of like the busiest month for our family. Because it seems like every birthday is in October. Like, you have my dad, my son, my nephew, and my granddaughter, all in the month of October. Like, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week. Like, it's crazy. I tell you. So, yeah, that's fun times there. So we're having a lot of fun times with that. Not really for sure what we're doing with that yet. I gotta fix everything apparently. Show proof that I fixed it all. And then wait from there, I suppose. I just don't understand how they don't see it. You know what I mean? And again, I still find it weird that it coincides with them doing stuff to our water lines also, that the leak happened. But what can I say, Alright, now we're going to go into, that was a diagram. Now we're going into this color here, which is like a orange gold, maybe? It's so pretty because it almost has like a shift to it. I really don't know how to explain it. But it's really pretty color, and I was shocked because wait until you see how it just glides onto the eye. It's been a while since I felt that out of this brand. But like I said, it is an older palette, so that's probably why this brand is so hit and miss with formula. Sometimes they're really good. Actually, if they're good, they're either really, really good or they're really, really bad, I think. I don't think there's ever an in between. I really don't. But that's just my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion on stuff, you know, but that's mine. I either think they're really good or really bad. And then after this, I gotta go pick up my daughter from school because she had a dance. Yes, I know. I think my fiance's handling it pretty well. We're gonna take that same dark brown in line. I don't understand. I really don't. And it's so funny because it's like my fiance will knuckle bump my son, you know, for having a girlfriend. But if my daughter gets a boyfriend or a boy in general just talking to him, it's like the end of the world. Like, no, you need to, he's like, you need to stop it now. And I don't argue because he's right. I feel like the opposite sex is the downfall sometimes. Like, I know with boys it was my downfall, you know. Because I kind of stopped making the correct decisions for myself and made it for the boy, you know. But I guess that just tells you that the boy wasn't right. Because you should never make decisions based on a boy. But my daughter, she's so headstrong that I'm just like, trust me when I tell you, she's the lead in this one, okay? There ain't nobody knocking her down. But it's just, I find it funny how things are different. And I do get it on one hand, but on the other hand, I hate it because it's not fair. It's not. But you do worry more about a girl than, in a way, than a boy. But anymore, I'm more worried about boys than I am my girls. With certain things. And especially like in relationships, because, I mean, I don't know where you're at, but where I'm at, boys don't have much of a say-so and stuff, okay? We'll put it like a champagne shade in my inner corner. I use the fake Awake by Tarte for my waterline. I will say that if anything, these palettes are decent for quick, fast looks that don't take much thought, and you don't need much patience. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna create a decent look quickly and not give you any problems for the most part. I will say that. It won't be the best look you've ever created, but it'll be good. And I'm curious about this palette because I bet you all the metallics are like this one, which means there are some pretty looks you could get out of this palette. And I forget about it because it is so much, it's an older palette, so I don't get as much use out of them. And I thought about doing something like next year, like using older palettes, like only palettes that were released in a certain year. You know what I mean? Like, pick a year and use them throughout the year. Because if I want to be honest, I don't get much use out of my older palettes. Unless it's like my Pat McGrath or Natasha Denona palettes. I don't get much use out of them. Because I'm going to just, or actually, my Makeup by Mario palette probably gets the most. I use the Rare Beauty for the top lashes, sorry, and the MAC for the bottom, because it's just so quick and easy to create a beautiful look out of that palette. But I thought about if I picked a year, say 2020 or something, or maybe even 2019 or 2018, and just see what palettes were released that year, grab them out of my collection, lay them out, and use them throughout the year. You know what I mean? Sort of like a memory lane type of thing. And then the following year, use the next, do the next year. Because, I mean, I just recently got into makeup, and I'm already got too much, to be honest. But if I picked a year and then just use those palettes, I definitely would get use out of them. And it's a way to kind of check them off my list on, like, should they stay? Or should they go? Like, is it worth it? I mean, obviously there's better formulas nowadays, but, or do they stand the test of time? Do these palettes stand the test of time? Because some of my palettes I really enjoy, and they do stand the test of time. My ABH palettes, I think they stand the test of time. Even though, yes, I will admit there are better palettes, I still think that they're pretty good palettes, even to this day. But let me go ahead and swatch the colors I used on my hand so that it can give you some kind of clue. Didn't use that many, though. Man, that was a rich brown, though, that I used. But I am wondering about those metallics, because I feel like there's some really pretty looks that can be done out of this palette if all the metallics are the same formula, like the one on my lid, because, man, it is good. Alrighty, so did I get it off? 1, 2, 3. Yep. Alright, so these are the shades that I used. Ooh, so I use that for the crease shade. I use that to deepen up the outer edge. I use that one to put on the lid, and that is the inner corner. Not bad. And then, actually, I went into... Okay, first off, for foundation, I'm using my La Mer foundation, which I'm going to do a thing on it, too, because the Sephora sale's coming. I'm wearing it, and I forgot how much I liked that. And I'm wearing the La Mer powder, too. Again, forgot how much I liked it. For bronzer, I'm wearing Pat McGrath Nude Honey. For highlighter, I'm wearing the Revlon, actually. And Skin Lights in Daybreak Glimmer 201. But for blush, you all, I forgot I even had this. It's the By Terry blush. It's called Rosy Shape 400. I got those shadows all over my hand. I do not want to get them all over me, but it looks like this. And I mean, it's gorgeous. Like, that blush is stunning, and the packaging, so luxe, so pretty. And it comes with its little velvet pouch, like, amazing. So, that is all I have for you today. Let me know if you can guess the palette. I'm curious. I wish there was a way, maybe I can just go back and tag it after 24 hours, like what the palette is, in case you are interested, and maybe you can still find it. I don't know. I don't think you can, unless it's just somebody selling it, but do be careful on that, because you don't know if if they took care of it or not. Because I'll be honest, there's some palettes of mine that don't perform well after the date. Now, it's far in between that they don't, but I do have some. But with that said, I do take care of my palettes. I do store them out of the light. They're in a nice cool dry spot. Like, I take care of the stuff that I do have. So, like, mine is good. I don't have any issues even with my melt palettes. Like, I know people were like, oh, there's mold on them. I don't have mold on mine. So, but that is all I have for you today. I do hope you enjoyed it. Leave me down in the comments what palette you think this could be, and I will see you in the next one. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all, that way you're notified when I upload. I do upload every day but Sunday, unless there's newer launches. And I'm hoping that I haven't bought anything in a while, actually. All my new stuff's up and going, so I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.